guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm gonna do just a casual get ready with me. I haven't done a get ready with me in a really long time. I took a look back at my videos and I stopped doing those because I feel like those can be like really easy fallback videos, and you can definitely end up filming like too many get ready with me's. But I know that they are really popular videos and a lot of you guys like to watch them. So since I haven't done one in a while, I thought it would just be fun to do a cozy get ready with me. I named it Sweater Weather Get Ready With Me because obviously. By the way, this sweater is from Old Navy, of course. I did get it recently. It's actually a remake of one of my favorite sweaters that they did last year, except they made this version even more cozy and soft, so it's just like an upgraded version. But I'm just gonna do this really simple, just, I don't know, pretty makeup look. It's just a classic pretty makeup look. So if you guys are interested, let's go ahead and get started. I'm starting out by applying my Too Faced Hangover RX primer. This is really nourishing and hydrating on my skin. I love it. I bought this small size a couple months ago and I'm trying to use it up. Now moving into foundation. This has been one of my favorite foundations again for the past couple months now. It's the Clinique Super Balanced Silk Foundation, and I actually mixed two colors together to get my perfect shade. I mixed Silk Shell and Silk Sahara, and it just kind of creates that nice kind of warm ivory color that is my skin right now. And I just like applying that with my Real Techniques beauty sponge. This is actually 1 day old damp, I like to call it. It's literally, I damped it the day before and it's kind of just like whatever's left over. This is how I like applying foundation. I don't like when the sponge is too wet, so really weird technique that I use, but just wanted to throw that out there. It's like 1 day old. I just wet it the day before, let it sit overnight, and it's just like, it's perfect the next day. Moving into concealer, I'm using an oldie but a goodie. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. I love this stuff. It always seems to give me the fullest coverage no matter what concealer I splurge on. I always go back to this one because it just has the fullest amount of coverage and it just looks really nice and flawless on my skin. So I'm just using the shade Light, and again, I'm patting that in with my Real Techniques sponge. To set those concealed areas and the rest of my face, I'm using my IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed Powder. I like this a lot better than the loose version. I'm not sure why, but I've hit pan on it recently and it's definitely going to be a repurchase because it's super quick and also really does help minimize the appearance of your actual pores. I'm using a lot of my favorite products in this tutorial, just realized, but this is the NARS Tahiti Laguna bronzer. As you can see, it is well loved. I'm going to hit pan on it very soon, and it makes me really excited and sad at the same time. Sad because it's a pretty expensive bronzer, but happy because obviously I'm using up a product, which doesn't happen too often in my beauty room. As you guys probably can guess, there's kind of an abundance of product laying around. So I'm just using that with my MAC 135 brush. This is the easiest brush to contour with. I absolutely love it, and just applying it to the regular spots. For blush, I'm using NARS Deep Throat. This is a really pretty everyday pink shade. I haven't used it in quite some time, so I saw it laying in my blush drawer and thought I would pop a bit on for this tutorial. I think it's just the perfect pink for every day. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just a great everyday blush color. I actually just got these Cover FX click sticks in the mail, and this particular color is called Celestial, so it's the same color as the custom enhancer drops, just in a cream formula, and I really like it. It's almost identical to the Celestial color in the drops. It just does not enhance my pores as much as the drops do, so it reminds me a lot of the Benefit What's Up, which is one of my favorites. It's a little bit more cool toned, but I still like it. It's really pretty. So this is kind of crazy, but I have not been filling in my brows for probably the past 2 weeks now. I mentioned this on Snapchat. I have only been using my Benefit Give Me Brow, and I'm just using the light shade. I could probably bump up to the medium shade, but I don't have that one, so I'm just using what I have right now. And I don't know, I've just been loving a good natural brow. I feel like my brows just have a weird shape, and sometimes when I fill them in, they're just too harsh. So yeah, just been using the Gimme Brow. Now I'm moving into eyes. I'm using the new Wishlist palette. This is a holiday palette from bareMinerals, and I'm just picking up that shade called Daydream, which is a matte cream color. And then moving into my crease, I'm using the shade called Granted, and this is more of like a peachy brown color. It reminds me a lot of Makeup Geek's Peach Smoothie, and I'm just buffing that into my crease with a Sigma E35, I think E35. I can never remember the numbers on my brushes, you guys. They are so old. I can never remember. But again, just buffing that into my crease for a nice transition. And then I'm going to move into my actual lid color, which is a gorgeous gold shade from this palette. It's called Gold Leaf, and I'm pointing to it right there. It's just a nice pale neutral golden shade. It's not too yellow, it's not too bronze. It just has that perfect golden effect to the lid. So I'm just applying that to the lower portion of my lid, and also a little bit in my inner corner. Now I'm taking that really unique shade called Stiletto. It's kind of like a burgundy brown color, and I'm using my simple winged liner technique. I used to use this all the time, so I thought I would whip it out again to show you guys who may have missed it. So I just take anything with a sharp edge, and I take a flat shader brush with the dark shadow on it, and I just kind of rub it against whatever I'm using to create that line, and it just gives you a nice mapped out area if you're not the best with winged liner. And then what I like to do is take an actual angled brush and just follow that shape that I created. And this is, you can actually leave it if you want it really soft. I just wanted a little bit more of a bold liner look, so I just took that Stiletto shade and went back over the area. Now I'm just brushing the excess color, that's the same shade I used for my winged liner, onto my lower lash line, and I'm just buffing that to the middle portion of my eye. I'm not taking it all the way in. This actually makes my eyes look a little bit more rounded, so I like to do this especially if I'm doing winged liner, because my eyes are already going to look elongated. Now for the inner corner, I'm using the shade called Bubbles. I forgot to insert a picture of it, but it's kind of just like a pink champagne shade. It really makes the eyes pop and stand out. I love that color in that palette. And for my eyeliner, I'm using the bareMinerals Lasting Line liner in the shade Lasting Brown, and I'm just tight lining the top portion of my eye before I move into mascara. I'm using the new L'Oreal Voluminous Feline Noir mascara. Quite a long name, but I have been loving this mascara. It is very reminiscent of the, it reminds me a lot of Too Faced Better Than Sex, which you guys know is one of my faves, but also mixed with Benefits They're Real. Something about it just reminds me of those two, and I have really been enjoying it. For lips, I wanted something really neutral and warm, so I went for this liquid matte lip color from bareMinerals. It's in the shade called XYZ, and that completes the entire look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Very casual, very everyday, just very relatable, hopefully, to most of you guys watching. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!